Hello and welcome. I am Ollie Juno and this is my crafty corner. If you are new here, thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoy the video. This is my channel where I show my Stitch With Me's videos, my whip progress. I normally do a Flosstube on Wednesday and a Stitch With Me on the weekend. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. As you can tell, I did not get my Stitch With Me last week. I'm not going to be able to catch the Stitch With Me up today. I've had a really rough week. I will get into that in just a minute. So if you like the video, please click the like button. I'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to me, if you enjoy it, I will do remember to do that, and click the little bell at the next to the subscribe button so that you can see my notifications for when my videos do post. It's very rare that I don't get all my videos posted in a week, and if I do, I always make it up. I still plan on making up my Stitch With Me that I missed last week. I mentioned in my last Flosstube that I think I mentioned that I have been having issues with coughing and stuff like that. We've been doing spring cleaning around the house, rearranging rooms, changing up the way things look, and well, I ended up in the emergency room last night due to not being able to breathe very well. Like I would take a deep breath and I was wheezing and not feeling like I was getting enough air. Turns out I now have an inhaler, and I'm to go see my doctor to get tested to see if they'll verify that I have asthma, because that's what they're saying. Because I had an issue Monday last week, and I've been struggling all week with coughing and runny noses and wheezing, not realizing that I was not getting, I needed an inhaler, because I've never had asthma before, never even been diagnosed with it. Yeah, that's what's been going on this week. I did get a good chunk of stitching in, so I didn't get a lot in yesterday. Didn't get as much as I could have because like I said, we were cleaning and rearranging, so I only got probably about 2 or 3 hours a day in for stitching on Monday and Tuesday. And yesterday I was literally wheezing the entire time I was stitching, so. But I'm doing better today. I am on my medications. They've got me on an inhaler, allergy medicine, because they said that it seems like seasonal allergies may be also a factor of it, and steroid pills too. I don't know the names of any of the medication. I just know I went and picked them up and been taking them. And I will say I feel a lot better, and being able to talk and not break into a coughing fit has been a great day. Now, if I don't do the inhaler, then I start coughing and it hurts my chest. So we definitely gotta make sure I do that. So that is a little quick update for why I didn't get my Stitch With Me. With my wheezing and my coughing, there was no way I could have actually gotten the Stitch With Me done without having to interrupt it. So, but hopefully tomorrow or Friday I will have a Stitch With Me up for last week. Speaking of which, I totally spaced. Today is November the 17th. It is 7 p.m. And this is, what Flosstube is this? Is it 23 or 24? No, I think this is 24. Yeah, this is Flosstube number 24. So yeah. So let us go in. What I'm going to show today, I'm going to show I have a couple of finishes. One of the finishes, they're not FFO'd yet. They're just, the stitching is finished on them, and I will work on getting them FFO'd in the next 3 weeks because they are Christmas presents. So we'll start with my finishes, then we'll go to my whips. I do have a new start coming up. It's a spur of the moment type purchase, just waiting for it to be delivered. It is a kit. I'm not sure I will be able to show it because it's for a family member that does watch my channel, and I don't want to spoil the surprise until it accidentally gets spoiled. So that's just gonna be the mystery start. Like if people are in my Discord or something like that, then I can show it there, but I cannot show it on the YouTube video. So if you are interested, when I get started on it, seeing what I am working on, then I am more than willing to show. But like I said, I'm just going to get it ordered next week, so it'll take a little bit of time before it gets delivered. But I will make sure to mention when it is delivered. Okay. Once I'm done with all my Stitch With Me stuff, I do have a couple of things that I'm going to show that we 3D printed. So if you were interested in anything 3D printed, hopefully you see it at the end of the video. So, sorry, I am a little scatterbrained today because of everything that has gone on. I haven't been 100%. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the first finish I had, what day did I finish? I finished, well, I have decided that this is going to be a finish. I'm going to do something different with this. This was going to be a Biscornu, but I've decided that I'm going to turn it into a Christmas tree ornament instead. Not quite sure how yet. I haven't run the ins and outs of it yet, but I have decided that this is going to be a finished stitch. I'm not going to stitch on it anymore. I will show a picture of what it looks like. All right, sorry about that. Let us, I got interrupted. I had to help my daughter with trimming our ferret's nails here. I don't know if I've really showed them on my YouTube videos, but these are our ferrets. This is Sugar and this is Spice, and she's done with me.
She's completely done.
Hey baby. He's a little more calmer. But yeah, these are our ferrets. Yeah. They're roaming in the other room, but she wanted to clip their nails real quick, so she called me in there. So I figured I'd let them have a little introduction here. I see. Alrighty. Go ahead and put them back. I don't want them to get into nothing over there. Come on, Sugar.
Hey, you know what's coming.
Alrighty. I am back. Sorry for the little distraction there. Destruction. Yeah, they're pretty destructive if you let them. Okay, so I was talking about my Biscornu, the elephant. I'm not sure where I went off at, so we'll just edit that part out and try this again. this is my elephant Biscornu. It is stitched on 25 count or 28 count. Like I think it's Stormy Lugana. And like I said, I'm turning it into an ornament for my cousin. I think she'd like that. I know she'd like the Biscornu as well, but I don't want to give them both the same thing because they're sisters. So I don't want to give one sister the exact same thing as the other, just different designs. I don't know. I'm weird that way. All right. So my next finish was my birdhouse. This one, I finished it on a Zoom meeting on Saturday night, I believe. Yeah, I finished this Saturday night on the one of my Facebook groups Zoom meetings. And they had the perfect idea, and that's where I came up with the other one for the elephant, of turning it into a little ornament. I was talking about a small little pillowcase for it, but I think the idea of an ornament is way better. So, because I mean, it's not a very big piece at all. So it would be perfect in those one of those little 4-inch ornament decorated up. This is stitched on 32 count easy guide, I think is what it's called. It was just a cute little stitch. It took me a little longer to finish it than it could have because I just stitched on it a little bit during the week and not always every day. Okay, so my third finish is my rainbow Biscornu, which I was close to being finished with it last stream. I do believe I made the comment about that. So I finished the front and the back on it. I still need to do the back stitch around it so that I can cut it and stitch it together to turn it into an actual Biscornu. But this is the top half, which I showed this last time. This is the bottom half. This will go on the back. And this is both of them together. It's a real pretty design. I did have trouble keeping stitching on it because there was a lot of really light colors and not quite bright enough. They're more of a pastel color, which makes it a beautiful design, but makes it harder for me to stitch. I need something to draw my attention in, I guess. So those are my 3 finishes. I forgot to do that. So on the elephant this week, to finish it off, I did 121 stitches. On the birdhouse, I did a total of 367 finishes this week to finish it off. And on the rainbow Biscornu, I did 730 stitches to finish it off. I have been keeping track of how many stitches I've been doing in a day, at least on the patterns that I can put on my pattern keeper. If they're not able to go into my pattern keeper, then I will probably not keep up with stitches because I don't count them. I let the device count them. All right, so let's see. Those are all my finishes. So now let's get into my whips. Now, I'm not going to show you the full coverage, the pictures on the ones that I finished because it shows the coverage. But I will show on these, the photo will probably be on this side of my screen of what it will look like because you can't see the whole picture because they're only partially done. So the first one we're going to look at is my Kitten and the Rose. I have done 200 stitches on it this week. I only worked on this on Saturday. I worked on quite a few different things on Saturday. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I pulled out 5 different projects on Saturday. Alright, so this is my progress on this. I only got, 2 more squares here. So, yeah, we got there. But any progress is better than no progress. So 200 stitches is 200 less stitches in it. Then my next project that I worked on Saturday, only day that I worked on it, I got 232 stitches in, fabric. On the Kitten and the Rose, I'm doing 25 count Lugana, 1/1 full cross. And then Harmony, I'm doing 2/1 on 18 count, easy guide. And like I said, I got 232 stitches on this. Basically I finished up the pink area here, and now I'm going back into the greens-ish area, green and like white and tan-ish areas. And then when I get this completed, then we'll start the next diagonal. I do really like doing the diagonal. I was having an issue with keeping things in order pattern-wise, stitch-wise, like I was getting off a little bit. But on the Kitten and the Rose and this one, I have not had a problem anymore since I finally, I think what I was doing was getting mixed up with where the number 10 mark was. But I've got those going now. Everything seems to be working fine. I haven't had any issues with stitches not lining up correctly. All right. So the next one that got the most work is my mini dreaming of being human. I think the last time I talked about this, I was having a real problem with it, not liking the diagonal lines. So I decided to start staying on the diagonal but going 10 by 10. I may change it up once I get longer lines, but I have decided that when I'm first starting a pattern, it has to be 10 by 10 squares on the diagonal. I can't do it any differently. It does not work for me. I don't know, it just didn't work very well for me. So with this one, I am working on 25 count Lugana 1/1 full cross. This is a restart. I'm a little further now than I was. I think last time when I restarted, I was like right around that area. But I am loving it again. You can see it's pretty confetti heavy. With these, I've been feeding the threads down instead of just leaving them hanging. I'm just, since I was starting into this, I fed all the threads down into it. So there's not many hanging here, but as soon as I'm just starting back out here, so those will start having excess threads hanging again. But I'm really enjoying this one now. I will say, with as much confetti that is in it, I can only put about an hour to an hour and a half into it. Maybe 2 hours, just because of how much confetti in the stitches there is. But it's still a very beautiful pattern. Oh, I need a drink. I haven't talked this much in a bit. All right, so my next thing that I've been working on is my pandemic. I am doing Pandemic on 28 count, 1/1, full cross. I got 694 stitches in. I have a page finish, and I'm working on the next page. Oops, I am like way up on the wrong side. So I finished this down here and finished off this page. I have a little bit over here that's still part of first page, but it's only probably about 10-15 stitches. So I've started, I went over and down, and I'll probably switch between going further across and down till I get to the next page, and then just work and filling in out the page from there. But I'm still enjoying this stitch. And like I said, it's like you start stitching on it and you see the progress going, wow, I didn't realize how fast this was going to show, you know. I don't know, it's really easy to just get lost in stitching on it and be like, oh, I've been working on this for 2 hours. Where'd the time go? All right, so, and then the last thing I pulled something out I haven't touched, months. It's been a good 3-4 months. Maybe not that long. Like, my first few videos, I showed it. It's one I've always taken with me to doctor's offices. But I've decided that it's been sitting in the as a whip for long enough. It's time to be finished. I have done a total of 432 stitches on this week. Well, in the last 3 days, because I worked on this today at work, yesterday at work, and Monday evening after Jaden's doctor's appointment. This is, ignore the cut off of the baby's head where the ring is, but this is Baby Cthulhu. This is a pattern by Sleeping Luna Designs. And as always, I will have links of all the patterns that I'm working on below. But this is her Baby Cthulhu. And as you can see, I only have a little bit in the belly, right here in the foot, and this foot. This is already stitched. The diaper is white. So I have a total of 470 stitches left. This should be done by Friday. If it's not done by the time I get off work on Friday, I probably will go ahead and put the last stitches in it to finish it. Because I can normally I can get about 200 stitches in a day, especially when it's solid stitches like this, where there's no counting, no wondering where I'm going. You know, it's just fill. I can get 200 stitches in my workday. Like today, I got 230 stitches in my 8-hour shift, and I still haven't been filling 100% on it. So that should be finished by Friday. So I should have another finish to show you on next Flosstube. I may look into trying to get the hoops and stuff that I need so that I can do the FFOs. I do the Biscornu. I probably won't work on it until next month, turning it into an actual pin cushion. So yeah. All right, so that is all of my whip progress. So what I'm going to do now, if you're interested, I'm going to show you what we've been 3D printing. My husband ended up getting I mentioned this last week, he ended up getting a 3D printer. It's a resin printer, so it's not like the rip wraps, the ones that have the Like this was 3D printed. Whoop, I am like so out of it. This was 3D printed by a riprap. It's not very smooth. It has ridges on it. Let's see, can you see the lines on the end there? Let's see, it's like that, not more, a little smoother along the way. But this was a 3D printed one on a riprap machine, 3D printer. What I am using is a resin printer, and I am making little thread drops. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Whoop, whoop. It does not like it. This is the first one we made. I felt it was just a little too thick to use. So I had him remake it half a size. Oop. So I've got it where this is for the hoop, this is for your main thread, this is for like your extra, like when you finish a thread you can hang it here, and then there's this blank spot that you can write on. It's a little raised on this side, so you know, that way you can decide if you want to use it on the front half if you want. I am kind of planning on trying to sell them. So my husband came up with the idea of producing a 3D printed hoop to hold the batches that I would sell. And we can print this entire thing at one time. Like all 10 of these, because there's 10 on here. All 10 of these and the ring, I can get printed all at once. And then this is all we printed yesterday. And this is with trial and error, finding out how many can safely go onto the printing bed. Because there's some of them that are not any good. Well, they're good, they're just, like this one is like split a little bit. But it's still usable. I can still put thread in there and it's not going to catch the thread. I've tested it. It doesn't catch or fray on the thread. But these are for me. These are just my ones that I'm going to use for myself because they were testers. So between all the testing, yesterday we probably printed about 40 of these little doodads. Now, only about 20 of them were right because it was like trial and error, you know. It's like, make these, yeah, no, these didn't work quite right. Try again. Oh, only 4 or 5 of these worked. We need to readjust the settings again. So, but at the moment, I'm really liking them. I like them, the triangle look to them, because that's how, you know, they're square, but the way they're going to set is going to be triangle, and I like that idea. Not triangle. Diamond. You know, it's like the full, there's diamond, diamond, and then we put a little arrow in the top part to kind of like pinpoint where the ring will go. So that is my adventures in 3D printing. Like I said, I'm hoping to get everything done 100% to my liking so that I can possibly like actually start selling these things and then working on other types of designs for them. Like I like my thread drops, but you do have to worry about breaking them, especially with the cardboard, a cardstock. I mean, it doesn't matter how good of cardstock you got after, if you're stitching on a project for a couple of years, the thread drops are going to die. So this gives you the option to have the thread drops last almost as long as you're working on your project. You know, it's not having to worry about ripping or anything like that. Which I know they've got like other types of drops out there besides the cardboard drop ones, but I don't know. So yeah, that is the 3D printer stuff that I've been working on. We do have a plan of doing a video of the 3D printer printing, because it is it's a little harder, because the way our 3D printer works is you've got your vat down here of the resin, and your machine goes into it, and then it lifts up, and it's printing upside down. So whatever you're printing is being printed hanging upside down. So like, I can't show these because it never comes out of the hidden from the vat. But he is going to be doing like larger projects, so we may be starting him a channel up to show his 3D printing process progress. So, but that's further down the line. All right. Sorry, I have rambled on a bit today. And I think I'm done, because if I try to talk any longer, I'll probably be regretting it in about 30-45 minutes. All right, so I am going to say goodbye, good night. If you've hung in this long, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about anything, please post in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any question that I can. You can join me on Instagram. You can send me an email. I don't check it every day, but I do try to check it pretty consistently. Couple times a week is what I try to do. All right, so goodbye, good night, and I will see everybody next time.